a lot changes in middle school.
Guys, what's puberty?
I don't know.
Okay, so growing up can be pretty scary and strange.
We will begin to explore and understand these changing bodies of yours. It's gonna be lit.
Disney fans, get ready to be hit with a ton of emotions once again as Inside Out 2 is confirmed and set for release in 2024. And we are so ready for Pixar to take us on another roller coaster of emotions. And speaking of emotions, with the second film taking a time jump that will see Riley entering her adolescent years, we can only expect the teen to experience new feelings. So today we're going to be counting down 5 new emotions we want to see in Inside Out 2. Hello, and welcome back to SLUURP. Before we jump into the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon to keep up to date with all our latest content. Now let's jump into the video. Coming in at number 5, self-loathing. With the story of Inside Out 2 following on from the first film, we can expect an older Riley and hope the filmmakers take inspiration from Maine turning red by highlighting the difficulties of being a teenager and dealing with all the highs and lows that come with this stage of life. Inside Out saw Riley navigate 5 different emotions: joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust. And with the teen years particularly emotionally complicated, potential new emotions Pixar could explore are endless. Self-loathing is definitely a strong emotional contender to be written into the narrative of Riley as she grows up. It's not uncommon for teens to be extremely self-critical of themselves as they hit puberty and their bodies begin to change. We could see Riley experiencing a physical change that results in her peers at school teasing her, which would allow Pixar to take the route of teaching its viewers the importance of kindness and acceptance of yourself and others no matter their appearance. It would be awesome for Pixar to implement elements of turning red into Inside Out 2, as it did a great job of stepping outside the studio's comfort zone and exploring real struggles of real young girls approaching adolescence and dealing with the likes of menstruation. Number 4, lust. As we know, Inside Out 2 will see a time jump with a slightly older Riley, so we can definitely expect some teenage lust thrown into the mix. Puberty is the time when most people begin to start to think about what it means to be attracted to someone. It would be interesting to see Pixar explore this new discovery in Riley and how to navigate these feelings alongside her parents' and friends' reactions, and also how societal norms of how she's expected to act have an impact on her character. But it will also give Pixar a chance to hit this narrative with lighthearted comedy, although allowing viewers who have been through this phase in their life to empathize with Riley and remember their own cringy teenage phases. Because we've all been there. Number 3, shyness. Shyness would be an interesting feature in Inside Out 2, with the emotion also being a personality trait. In Inside Out, Riley acts quite outgoing in some situations, although throwing puberty and a new location into the mix, shyness could definitely come into play. Shyness is often viewed as a negative feeling, but it can also have its positives. Shy people can be very creative and they are often very good listeners. It would be a good opportunity to allow Riley to have a strong character development arc by finding self-confidence and acceptance, which would also allow audiences to understand this emotion more and deliver a positive message. In Inside Out, Emotion Joy tells us that she and sadness were the first 2 emotions within Riley when she was born, and that the other emotions started to appear as time went on and she had different experiences to trigger these emotions. With the combination of moving house and Riley's changes that come hand in hand with growing up, it would make sense that shyness would appear in the second movie. Number 2, envy. There are many possible new emotions that could be in Inside Out 2, but one that stands out in particular is envy. Envy is a powerful and often destructive emotion, and it would be interesting to see how it would play out in the mind of Riley. By introducing envy, it could ultimately cause a lot of conflict between Riley's friends, parents, and new characters we can expect to see, which would lead to some very interesting development arcs and plots. Generally identified as a social emotion, envy is typically perceived as negative, although everyone experiences it at some point in their lives. This could be shown in Inside Out 2 in a range of aspects, from Riley's love interest, her friends, family, and the list goes on. Pixar could definitely put a lesson in for its viewers by including envy, though associated with a negative feeling. The social emotion can help motivate people to achieve their goals. When someone is envious of another person's accomplishments, it can push them to work harder so they can achieve similar successes. Envy can also be a motivator for change, as it often inspires people to improve upon their weaknesses. This powerful emotion could be turned from a negative feeling and have a positive impact on Riley's life, which again will show her character development. And coming in at number 1, interest. Interest is an emotion that is better represented by another personified emotion. A personified emotion is an embodied emotion. As such, it can detect, experience, and respond to sensory stimuli, and it can be depicted as working upon the senses of other bodies, whether of other personifications or of a real or imagined feeling subject. So, in the case of Inside Out 2, interest could be incorporated into the already established character Joy, who plays Riley's dominant emotion at the stage of her life in the first movie. It would definitely make for a different approach if we see the 5 emotions we were introduced to in the first movie begin to develop further by adopting more complex feelings and character traits. But if Pixar were to blend the characters, we could definitely see interest as an academic, sporty type who joins a panel in Riley's mind. And that concludes our list. It's safe to say the possibilities for new emotions to be introduced in Inside Out 2 are endless. But for now, we'll have to patiently wait for more announcements from Pixar on the highly anticipated Inside Out 2. And while we wait, we want to know what emotions you want to see in Inside Out 2. Leave a comment below and let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content, and thanks for watching.
That I need to be far away from you, 'cause you're a hypnotist. Look in my eyes, babe.